Hello everyone and welcome to A Slice of My Life. It is review time of the Olight Perun 2. I don't know if Perun is the way to pronounce this word. Perun, Perun, Perun. I've heard many people pronounce this word as Perun, so I'm just gonna say it's Perun 2, even though I personally feel a little bit more inclined to pronounce it as Perun 2. But okay, Perun 2. Now here's a little backstory for you guys. I've actually had this Perun 2 for quite some time. I think about 2 or almost 3 months in fact. And I've actually rotated it quite often and used this as part of my EDC. And at this point, I'd like to interject and say a huge thank you to Mora and Leah over at Olight for sending this my way. Initially, I did an unboxing video of this, but on hindsight, when I was editing the video, it was quite lackluster. And so I actually shelved the idea and I didn't intend to actually release a video on the Perun 2. But there is actually really good reason why I'm making this video now, and that's simply because this video about the Perun 2 is going to be a direct tie-in with the Olight May 2021 flash sale. So stay tuned for more details on that. Now, like I said, I've actually spent time with this, so I feel a lot more confident talking about this particular flashlight. Now I've put everything back in the box so that I could share with you guys the unboxing experience. So let's just go through this. First of all, you will be greeted with a very nice spot UV treated image of the Perun 2. You've got basic information here as well, 166 meters for throw distance and a max of 2500 lumens. Of course, you got the branding up here and the name of the flashlight. On the side, it is the brand and the model name. On the other side, same thing. On the bottom of the box, it says quality, 5 years warranty, and then you have a barcode on the top. And on the bottom of this box is a short write-up as well as some specs here. I won't be boring you guys with the specs right now because I will be going through these as we progress through the video. So this thing, first of all, when you first open it, you will realize that this has a magnetic closure, which is a pretty awesome thing. It makes you really want to keep this box, right? So anyway, just flip it up and you'll be greeted with the thank you note from Olight and a first use note. So there's a few things you have to take note of. Remove the protective film from the lens and then remove the protective film on top of the battery as well. And last but not least, they are telling you to first charge it up. I've done all these before, so we can skip these details, but make sure that you do that when you first unbox this thing. There's a little flap here that says open, so you pull it up and we can just remove this yellow cover, and then you'll be greeted with the user manual with all the important details, including how to use the Perun 2. Then we have the Perun 2, of course, and I'm going to remove it right now because there are still other things in the box that I want to share with you. Now over here, there's another small box here, so let's just lift it up. And in this box actually are some really important things. First of all, it is your magnetic charging cable, right? USB to magnetic charging base, and it just goes right on here. So there will be a light when you plug it in. When it is charging, this light here will be in red, and when it is fully charged, the light will turn green. Next in this package is a lanyard, and the last thing in here is something interesting that I did not know about, or I did not understand how to use in the past when I first unboxed it, is a little pin. Now this pin, I should say a hook actually, this hook is to help you loop the lanyard into this particular lanyard slot here on the base of the Perun. So let me just get this light shining nicely. Hold on guys, let me adjust the light again. There we go. So you can see this slot here, this lanyard slot. On first glance, it looks really narrow, right? That's where this thing comes in. All you gotta do is just remove this, slide it through that slot, and then at the base of your lanyard or the connector of your lanyard, you'll notice that there is this thin loop here. You could just hook it on there and pull it through. Really simple, really straightforward, and I love the fact that Olight actually included this tool with the light. So this, I don't want to lose it. I will just put it back here. I'll slot it back inside and I will leave it off to the side. And that's the contents of the smaller box. Now moving on back to the case, just lift up this foam, and once you remove that, you will see a larger box. Now on the bottom is another thank you note. In this box is the next accessory, which is a pretty awesome accessory. This is the headband accessory that comes with the Perun 2. So you've got a headband like that. I will be sharing a little bit more details about this because this is actually pretty awesome. So let's talk about the Perun right now. Let's bring it back into frame. The Perun 2 actually has 5 different light mode settings, or 5 different light mode intensities, I should say. There is a moonlight mode, a low, medium, and high light mode setting, and of course it has a turbo setting. Actually, I should have said 6 because the last light mode setting is an SOS mode. So first of all, the operation, the main switch is right up here on top, and you'll notice that the light is actually at a 90-degree angle. I love this, but let me just tell you guys about the light modes first. So all you gotta do is tap it once and it'll turn right on just like that, and this is in the low light mode setting. In order for you to change modes and go one step up, just press and hold it, and then this is the medium light mode settings, and then this is the high light mode. So yeah, when you press and hold it again from the high intensity, it's going to go back down to low. So it always cycles through low, medium, and high. Low, medium, and high. So once you turn it off at a certain light mode setting, when you turn it on again, it will always remember that previous light mode setting. For example, this is in the low light mode. If I leave it on the high light mode and I turn it off, and then when I turn it back on again, it will switch to the last light mode setting that you left it at. Also, if you didn't notice, to turn it off, just tap it once. So tap it once to turn it on and tap it once to turn it off. Now, the next setting that I want to share with you guys is the moonlight setting. In order for you to get that moonlight setting, which is a 5 lumen light, just press and hold the power button for 1 second and it will turn on. Press and hold it just like that. This is the moonlight mode setting. So this is at 5 lumens, and then it'll jump up to 30 lumens. That is now the low mode setting, going up to the medium intensity, which is 120 lumens. Following that will be 500 lumens, coming back down to not moonlight but low light, because in order for you to trigger the moonlight mode, you have to make sure you press and hold it for 1 second. That is the moonlight mode. Now when you turn it off in the moonlight mode and you turn it back on again, it goes into the moonlight mode. So remember, when you turn it off and you turn it back on, it will turn on at the last light mode setting you left it in. But when you're cycling through the light modes, even if you're in moonlight mode, it will go low, medium, high, and then back down to low. So just keep that in mind. Next, of course, I want to share with you guys how are we able to get that 2500 lumens mode, and that is to double tap or double click the power button, and then you'll trigger the turbo mode. So double tap it and it goes way bright like that, and then just tap it once to turn it off. Now you could also exit the turbo mode just simply by double tapping, and it'll go back down. See that? Now if you guys notice right there, the light intensity seemed to change a little bit, and that's because the Perun 2 has a proximity sensor right here just above the light source. That detects how close things are, and then it will adjust the brightness accordingly, in particular with reference to the turbo mode setting. And to me, that is really, really good, because I can totally picture where, say for example, if you're in an enclosed space and you want to turn on the turbo mode, if you're very close to something and you don't want to blind yourself, it will automatically dim itself. So let me give you an example. I'll use my hand for reference, and I will just try and do this from the edge of the frame. So this is the turbo mode setting, and as I move closer, you'll see the light start to dim. See, it dims like that. And then when I move away, it goes bright again. Check out the intensity here on my hand. So hopefully that gives you a good idea on how this proximity sensor works. And in my opinion, this is a really, really good feature that the Perun 2 has. Now at this point, you've already seen all 5 light mode settings. Let me show you the SOS setting, and that is activated by triple clicking the power button, and then it will start to blink SOS in Morse code. Really simple, really straightforward, and very effective. It's always good to have this in case of an emergency. Now, there are a couple more features about this light which I found really, really cool. One is a button lockout mode, and that is activated if you press and hold the power button for more than 2 seconds when it is turned off. Now, let me give you the demonstration. First of all, you remember I said to turn it on, just tap it once and it will stay on. Tap it once and it will turn off. Now, to access the moonlight mode, you're going to press and hold this for 1 second, but if you press and hold this beyond that 1 second, you'll notice that this will blink and shut off. Let me give you a demonstration. Just press and hold it for 2 seconds, it'll turn on and turn back off. Now we have already enabled the button lock mode, and that means that this thing will not turn on when you press it. It's a momentary turning on. This is kind of like your safe mode, which is pretty awesome. And if you want to go back to the original function or the original operation mode of this, just press and hold it for beyond 2 seconds again. It'll blink and it'll turn on, and then you have normal standard operation, which is pretty awesome. Now let me just turn it on to the medium light settings, and now I'm going to explain to you guys the next function that this thing has. Yes guys, it's got another function, and that is the timer function. So this can be actually programmed to turn off automatically either after a 3-minute or 9-minute mark. And so to do that, you have to first turn the light on, and then you want to double tap or double click it and hold it after you double click it, and you'll see the light blink. So once you see it blink once, this is the 3-minute auto shut off timer. If you double click it again and you wait, you'll see it blink twice, and this denotes the 9-minute setting, and that will help you to conserve your battery, because number one, you won't accidentally burn this thing out or overheat it, because it does get warm, especially on the higher lumen settings. And number two, it's because sometimes you might accidentally forget that you turn this light on and you might walk away. And with that, you have the peace of mind knowing that after a certain time period, this will turn off. Last but not least, there's a pretty amazing function, and that is that there is a battery indicator in the form of a vibration, guys. So when you have the light turned on, except for the moonlight mode setting, once the light is turned on and the battery hits below a certain level, it will actually vibrate to alert you that the battery is running low. How cool is that? So yeah guys, that was basically the functions of this. Now let's go over the aesthetics of everything, and of course how to access the battery compartment as well. So first of all, you have Olight's signature dual direction deep carry pocket clip. So you could clip it in this way or you could clip it in this way. If you don't want it, you could just simply remove it by pulling it out altogether, just like that. So you saw me kind of using a bit of force, and that is to also let you know that when you put that pocket clip on, you know it's on really secure and really snug. Now let's put this aside and let's go over the rest of it. Now this one is in black. For this special May 2021 flash sales, the limited edition color is going to be in orange. That's like super high vis. If you are a fan of orange as well, you might want to consider getting that, but do not hesitate. You guys know how quickly Olight limited edition lights sell out, especially the color orange. But the Perun 2 in orange is gonna be really awesome. It's made of solid aluminum and it's anodized in black all over for this particular version. You've got the Olight logo here on the side, as well as a QR code on the back with the CE marking, and on the other side is the Perun 2 name and the serial number here, all laser etched into the chassis of it. Now here on the main grip area is a very nice knurling. I don't know what knurling this is called, but it's basically two knurlings in one. You got horizontal lines for this knurling, and then you've got all these diagonal cuts as well. That gives it a really good grip. And then on top, along the back of the lens, you have another set of knurling. There are 5 deep cuts here, and this offers you a lot of grip, because I realized that I actually find myself holding this light this way because of where the switch is, and this is where it's really comfortable. When I don't want to actuate this button, I'm gripping it this way, and this feels really comfortable for my thumb. I know not everyone's gonna hold it the same way I do, but you know, I'm just being honest here and telling you guys that this is how I hold it. So just actuate it, turn it on, turn it off. This versus, say for example, the Olight Friendship that I have. The Friendship, I should say, is made in a more, I guess the word is typical, flashlight construction, where the button is on the side here and then the lens is in line with the body, so it just goes like that. So you kind of hold it in a standard torch way, or you could grip it in the reverse grip like that, right? And then just push the button again to turn it off. But in the case of the Perun, like I said, thumb up here, turn it on, turn it off. Almost like kind of holding a, I guess you could say like bike handles. Yeah, now around the power button and around the lens is the trademark blue Olight collar, which gives this a pop of accent, and I like it a lot. It's very nicely applied here, not too crazy, and even the pocket clip is not in blue, so that actually makes these two areas stand out a lot, and I like that. To access the battery compartment, all you gotta do is just twist the handle area away from the lens, and there we go. And this is actually powered by a 21700 rechargeable battery. This one is 4000 milliamperes, or mAh, I guess mAh. But this is a custom Olight battery, and I've read some disclaimers by Olight. Now you could of course use other 21700 rechargeable batteries, but the main point to note here is that if you use a battery that is not from Olight, then there's a possibility that you might face some issues when you're trying to charge it. And yeah, on the underside it looks like this. There is an O-ring here as well, and the O-ring means that this thing is actually waterproof rated at IPX8, which means that you could submerge this as far as 1 meter deep, and this thing is also rated at a 1.5 meters drop height, so you know that this can actually take quite a beating. So with all those features so far and the way this is actually made, I would say that the Perun 2 is really a good, tough, rugged kind of flashlight. Just for fun or shits and giggles, I have here the Olight O-Hook, which was actually made to be used with the O-Bulb, but it actually works for the Perun as well. And you could see it's super sturdy. This is a great companion, guys. You could just hang this and use this as a camp light or a tent light, and in fact, because it's got a magnetic base, you could stick this onto any metallic surface, and that's one of the times when this 90-degree angle really stands out. It's because you could have it attached to any surface and you could rotate it, so a lot of control there. Now I want to talk about the headband here. You could actually insert it either way, left or right, depending on how you want to use it, but in the instructions manual they actually show that this part with the tab is closer to the base of the light, and these two rings here of the headband actually go around this and this slot on the body of the Perun 2. So you just insert it like this and shift it all the way down like so, and once it's in, you know it's snug. Now, I don't think I'm right to call this rubber. I believe this is silicone. So yeah, I should say silicone from here. So the silicone holster, I'm just going to call it a holster, actually holds onto the parent tool very, very well. I've used this. I've actually ran with it. I know it's quite silly that I put a headband on my head and went for a run, but yeah, I actually ran with it and this thing did not rotate, which actually surprised me because this is actually quite smooth when you're rotating it with your hand, but when you actually wear it, this thing isn't going to shift easily. With that said, let me bring some attention to the headband here. Now, the straps on the headband of course feature the Olight branding. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit too much in my opinion, but you know, yeah, it's Olight branding, right? But what I want to call out is the fact that it has these reflective strips here along the sides. Imagine wearing this out at night and you don't have your light turned on. Even if you do have your light turned on, at least you know on the back there are these reflective strips, so if anyone shines light in your direction, this is going to help in terms of visibility. I didn't actually think this was going to be a standout feature until I used it, and I was like, wow, okay, this is really, really cool. Now, it'll be cooler though if it has those strips on the top as well, but I guess along the sides would suffice in terms of casual use or regular use, I suppose. And the next thing I want to say is that the headband is really easy to adjust because it's got all these adjusters here and here as well. So yeah, no brainer guys. I don't have to demonstrate how to do that to you guys, right? I mean, I'm sure you guys are smart enough. But yes, when you are done and you want to remove it, it's really simple. Just grab this tab like that right here and just pull it down and then just shift the other ring out and you are done. You've removed the parent tool and then you've got the silicone holder just like that. Now, to clip the pocket clip back on is really simple, but I've actually made this mistake before where I clipped the pocket clip onto this slot, the lower slot, instead of this slot up here. This slot up here with the CE marking, that is the slot where your pocket clip is supposed to go. So just push it back in and it'll clip in place and it'll stay there, right there. Beautiful. Oh, another thing I want to point out as well is that you can rotate the orientation of the pocket clip. So yes, basically you could clip the parent tool onto any surface that you want, be it your collar, your back strap, your pocket, maybe even your cap, and then you could still rotate this on the, I guess you could call this the horizontal axis, and then when you have it here, it's on the vertical axis. The only thing here is that you're not able to have the pocket clip on when you want to use this holster here or the headband. So that's the unfortunate thing, but you know, for use case purposes, this is actually really easy to take out. Just make sure that you don't lose it once you take it out. So what do I think really about the parent tool? I think it's one of the most versatile flashlights out there, simply because, well, you could stand it up like that and you could project the light in a 90-degree angle instead of standard flashlights where if you stand it up, for example, using the friendship, please don't get me wrong, I love the friendship, but if you stand it up like that, it's only going to be able to project the light to the ceiling. If you light on the side, it's going to be quite hard to kind of like, yep, just balance it and project it off to the side. But on the parent, this is really good. One of the things that you can do is just set it off to the side, turn it to a medium light setting or something, and then you could be basically reading a book. But if you need to project it up to the ceiling for whatever reason, just use the pocket clip and then just balance it, and then you could easily project it up now to the ceiling. The next thing that I really like is the fact that when I clip this onto, say for example, my chest rig, any molly slot, my back strap, my shoulder strap for example, even my shirt pocket, my collar, even onto my belt for example, this thing basically just illuminates the path ahead of me. And the fact now is that I've got quite a few chest rigs, or at least shoulder packs, that can double up as a chest rig or a chest pack. This fits on perfectly, and that's the biggest reason why I love the Parent 2 so much. Now let me give you guys a quick size comparison. So I'm going to compare the Parent 2 to, say for example, a standard or standard-ish sized lighter, the Victorinox Classic SD, and I will also bring in a key bar, which is one of my EDC items. And of course, if I don't do this, G-Man will be mad at me, but here is the stubby. So you can see the parent is larger than these items, but it's not that large. Wait, let me just compare this to, say for example, a pocket knife. Which pocket knife should I grab? Let us use the wildly popular Elementum, Civivi Elementum right there. So it is just slightly larger than the Civivi Elementum. So if you own an Elementum and you find that the Elementum is actually really comfortable and really pocketable, you are going to feel the same about the Parent 2. Of course, it is a lot thicker, but it is a flashlight. And let's face it guys, generally you will not be putting a flashlight of this size into your pants pocket. Generally it is going to be on the side pocket of your cargo pants or into a pouch on your bag. So guys, as I clear everything up, let me tell you guys about the awesome deal that you can expect for the May 2021 Olight flash sale. First of all, I'm going to say that the Parent 2 retails for 123 Singapore dollars, which is just about 92 US dollars. But during the flash sale, this is going to be at a 35% discount, guys. I mean, at the price point, this is a no-brainer. I mean, the light comes with all of this stuff, including the battery. It's really a no-brainer, guys. 35% discount. That's crazy. That's crazy. And this amazing flash sale is going to happen at 8 p.m. on the 27th of May to 10 a.m. on the 29th of May 2021. This will be +8 GMT. Once again, it is from the 27th of May, 8 p.m. till the 29th of May, 10 a.m. 2021. Of course, guys, make sure that you use my affiliate link. I'll put that link in the description box down below. Make sure that you use that link and make sure that you use my coupon code BENCO when you are checking out, because when you do that, it will let Olight know that I sent you there and that support is really, really appreciated. Now, generally, when there are no flash sale events, you can still use my link and my code and get a 10% discount. But because this is going to be a flash sale, I won't tell you too much details because I want you guys to go and explore and you realize that this is a really crazy flash sale. I'm just going to say it now. Everything has a discount, and the discount percentage is actually more than the usual discount percentage you will get by using my code. So yeah, guys, please go ahead, take full advantage of that. Don't miss out on this. I mean, such a good deal here, the Perun 2 at 35% discount. Plus, of course, as usual, just like every other flash sale that Olight runs, there will be discount bundles as well. So make sure that you check them all out. I'll put some details in the description box down below, but you can find it all during that flash sale event. Don't miss out on it. Make sure that you go ahead and take advantage of that. So guys, please enjoy the May 2021 flash sale. I hope that you'll find something awesome for yourself, maybe even for a friend or a loved one. Make sure that you use my link as well as my code. And that is it, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking all the way throughout and sharing in this slice of my life. Once again, this is the Olight Perun 2. A huge shout out once again to Mora and Leah over at Olight. If you liked the video, I hope that you will give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. And if you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. But if I did not earn your sub today, that is okay. I promise I will continue working on my content and hopefully one day I will earn your sub. And the very last thing that I want to say before I end this video is happy birthday, happy anniversary to Olight Singapore and Malaysia. Congratulations on your first year. Thank you for all the support you guys have shown on this channel. I really appreciate it. Of course, a thank you to my viewers as well, because without you guys, none of this would be possible. But thank you so much to Olight Singapore and Malaysia. Thank you to Mora. Thank you to Leah. And I will catch all of you in the next slice. Bye.